with a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning.
Back. Good morning and welcome back to Youth Wednesdays and Tobago Updates morning show. You're viewing us live here in Portmore, Scarborough, Tobago. Yes, this is Tobago Updates Television, and this morning we want to take it up a notch on the spiritual aspect of things. This morning we have Pastor Marvyn Smith and Pastor Paul Mckenzie to discuss the Bible Speaks Empowerment series. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning to
The
you.
men of the
Good
cloth,
morning,
I
good
should
morning,
say.
good morning.
How are you guys doing this morning?
It's a privilege. I'm
All
happy.
right.
Privileged
Good by
to be here.
God's
So,
grace.
which of you is Pastor Marvyn Smith, the international evangelist?
Should I put my hands up or say present?
Up to you, Pastor.
Present.
Present. Right. Pleased to meet you. And Pastor Paul Mckenzie, good morning to you.
Good morning,
Certainly,
good
you're no
morning.
stranger in this space, you know. So, but just tell us a bit about yourself and why you're here this morning.
Okay. Good morning, Tobago. You know, I'm Marvyn Smith from Guyana. I currently reside in Georgetown, Guyana, and I work with the Seventh-day Adventist Church. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist minister, but I specifically focus on the youth ministry aspect of the church. So I serve the Caribbean region of the church. That's from Suriname right up to St. Thomas area. And, you know, my role is really to minister to the young people across the region. And I'm here in Tobago to do just that.
All right. And Pastor Paul Mckenzie, you know, just reintroduce yourself for those, you know, who might have opened the fridge door and didn't get to hear you and all those kind
Well, viewers of Tobago, my name is Paul Mckenzie. I'm a pastor with the Seventh-day Adventist Church here in Tobago. I work at the Tobago Mission of Seventh-day Adventists. I am the personal ministries and Sabbath school director, working here in this part of the vineyard. Personal ministries, for those who may not know, is we focus strictly upon evangelism. All right, getting God's message into the ears and to the hands of all who are willing to hear.
Okay. Pastor, you know, I think it would be remiss of me if I don't ask you, why did you choose this route? I mean, you know, tell us about your stint of being a pastor and why you chose this
Oh,
route.
that's very interesting question. But I would say probably this route chose me. I actually, you know, in my early pursuits, I actually was a pre-med student. I did 2+ years of biology at the University of Guyana. So I was on my way. Many of my friends are now doctors, you know, students, colleagues, friends. You know, I was on my way, you know, joyfully. But you know, my gift set, my calling was in a different direction. So mid-flight in pre-med, I actually transitioned to theology, and you know, there I found my way home. In terms of what I do, I feel like I'm called to this. I was made for this. I was built for this.
Right.
So you know, the route chose me, and I basically am in pursuit of a calling. You know. Yeah.
Right. So you are doing you're the international evangelist. You know, tell us why you chose to do a youth series and why did you choose this theme?
Okay. Well, first is the Bible speaks, you know, and the theme is very bold. You know, there's no shadowing, there's no camouflage, because there are people who are interested in hearing from the people are looking for answers. So this theme is suggesting that, you know, the Bible has the answers. Further, some of the best mentally stimulating thoughts, motivational concepts come from the Bible. And so this particular empowerment series uses the Bible to provide motivation and inspiration for people, practical solutions for everyday life. So this theme is relevant, you know, for any community. Yeah.
So I think also an important factor, question I should ask rather is, what is different? What is going to be different from this evangelistic series, or we would usually call it here crusade, because all churches do their crusade to increase their numbers and expand their reach on the island, their presence in communities. What is different about this? Because people these days will be like, just another crusade. What is different about this, Pastor, and probably Pastor Mckenzie, you could share on your Tobago perspective.
Very, very good question. From the onset, the young people are involved in the planning phase. It's a kind of for us by us, so that the structuring of the activity is geared towards the culture of the youth. Secondly, there's a lot of youth involvement. Many of the persons participating are young people. We have 12-year-olds, 11-year-olds. So there'll be a lot of, there's lots of youth involvement. We're going to continue to have a very strong musical emphasis. Music is the language of young people. And so we have many concerts. The music is very rich under the tent there. And then, of course, the messages are now part of my background. I must say, I studied education psychology. So the messages are packed with content for college and high-age students and high schoolers. It's language and information that they need, right? So in terms of it being a youth emphasis, these are some of the key components that really would appeal to the young people. And we have lots of young people coming out, and they're really responding well thus far.
Well, the decisions that we make today will inform us of our leaders for tomorrow, right? We will not be here forever. And the goal is to really impact our youth, to strengthen their resolve, to let them know in the midst of all the chaos that you might see the world plummeting into, that there is still hope. There is still means of overcoming certain challenges. There are still ways in which you can walk successfully. And that is, as the pastor said, rightfully, Pastor Smith said, the Bible really speaks to that. All right? And if I don't come and let you know that this is what the Bible contains, this is what it has, that the Bible speaks to this, you may never know. More so if you have one of your peers sharing that with you, how stronger the impact will be. And this is just one of the initiatives that we have in a long list of further initiatives to impact the youth of Tobago.
All right. So I want to delve into some of the topics that you would have had thus far and some of the topics that are upcoming. One of the topics that stood out to me, I happened to be there on Sunday, was, just remind me, how to love and to be lovable.
Yes, right.
So is it that your series is geared toward relationships, or is multifaceted in that regard?
It's multifaceted. We'll be dealing with different aspects. So last night, for example, we dealt with, you're in a class all by yourself.
Really?
That is really, it's many persons suffer from low self-esteem. It's a youth thing, it's a transition period. And that message is packed with content to reassure young people about self-worth, valuing themselves, understanding your construct, failing and trying again, So the subjects vary, and we will try to make them as practical as possible. I wouldn't go into many of the future subjects, but tonight, for example, tonight's message is captioned "Sex and the Single Citizens of Trinidad and Tobago."
Wow. So is it that you left Guyana to come and talk about people's sexual business, Pastor? Is it that you're positing on the youth show this morning?
I will leave that for tonight.
Come down to the tent.
People have to come. So guys, if you want to know more about the topic tonight, as it's a very it's albeit taboo in certain parts, it's very interesting. So I urge you to tune in. And while we are on the topic of tuning in, is it that, what if I can't come to the tent and, my foot break and nobody to take care of me and probably have a belly ache? Are there any other way that I could access the
I'll allow Pastor Mckenzie to.
You can just go on YouTube, log into ASI Tobago chapter, ASI Tobago's chapter, and the live stream will come up right there. You can be able to log on, but I would want to recommend that you like and subscribe.
Right.
And you see, not just this magnificent series that we have, there's a lot of wonderful content that you can get right there on ASI Tobago chapter. And it's surprising when you log in and you log on, you'll be surprised to know what is happening in Tobago, what is going on. You know, there's a lot of stuff there for not just the young people, but all who may be interested. So if you want to get in tune with the topic this evening, and you're unable to make it, now the ideal thing is for you to get down to the tent. It's an awesome experience when you get under that tent. Yeah?
Right.
Yeah, it's wonderful. But if by chance, as you mentioned before, you really cannot make it, you can log into ASI Tobago chapter via YouTube.
All right. All right. You know, I am pleased to know that, you know, this series is geared towards young people. And what are some of the projections in terms of what do you expect from this series as it relates to youth? I mean, I know you might have alluded to it earlier, but I am hoping that you could share some more insight.
Some of the outcomes.
Yeah,
Okay.
some of the possible outcomes.
Well, let me just start by saying this is not the first time it's done, so I can share like from the history of it. We have had, after this series have concluded, young people who have restructured their lives. I know of individuals who went off to college, who decided to take another shot at university. We have had young people who receive counseling, because we offer free counseling as well, under the tent, and plan towards marriage. You know, there is so many outcomes. We also want to be able to provide. We will be having like a back to school drive. That's one of, you know, where we'll be giving some sneakers. Pastor could probably speak to it. So there are many practical outcomes, and you know, we're not very static, because as the needs vary, our responses will vary. But for sure, young people who come are charged up to face life, using the tools they receive.
All right, guys. So, Pastor and Pastor, I want to thank you guys for coming on this morning. Certainly, you know, we did have a very insightful view as to what is taking place at Codler Hall nightly, 7 p.m. So I urge you guys who are so interested to make your way down and to even view and subscribe on the ASI Tobago chapter on YouTube. I want to thank Pastor and Pastor for coming here with us this morning. Remember, this is Tobago Updates Youth Wednesdays on the Tobago Updates television. Remember to share the live, share the live, share the live. We go by Tobago Notes and subsequently to Candice Jackson for Good Morning Tobago. This ends our youth show for this morning and for the week. Enjoy your day.